Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, Palazzo Parisio, Scavolini Malta in Cedar Valley Road, Jean Zamit for Sarah and Becky's makeup in the studio, Kurt McAuliffe at Blow Hairdressing for Sarah and Becky's studio hair, Vortex for the studio clothing of Becky and Sarah.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Flip the Venue Series 3. So we're in this beautiful garden. Guess what? Yesterday it was raining cats and dogs. Beautiful skies today with planes passing by, as you can hear. The only issue we have today is a bit of wind. As you can see, my hair is flying away, but we'll tackle that as well. It's a very minimalistic setup today, but still a lot of floral. Only the ceremony will be held here, then the dinner will be held at a different place. The couple are young and yet love their food. So the focus today is not really on partying towards the end of the wedding, but on the quality and the length of the menu, which is a 10-course dinner. So it's very different, and for us it's exciting because we don't do the usual and have to adapt according to our clients' needs. So follow us. There's a lot going to happen today, and we're a bit tight with time because we have 2 venues, 2 setups.
Today's big flip is for Alison and Abdullah, whose wedding will be focused on food and flowers. For today, Sarah's team is going to have a bit of a challenge battling the elements, because as we can see from the shaking shrubbery in the background, it is in fact a pretty windy day. One way or another, we can certainly expect to be blown away.
Bjorn, we have a huge structure here. We're building a truss of 3 meters by 3 meters. A U shape upside the other way around. How far is the floral coming out? I think it should start near the bushes, no? We have space here. Or a little bit further out so they stand underneath. I doubt they're going to stand underneath.
I think it's better as a backdrop.
In front.
They stay in front. I
That's
think this is a good idea to be in line with the bushes.
Mela, do we have 3 meters? Can you do it here? That should be good. Fantastic. So let's work on centering it between the bushes. Don't take notice of the gate or the trees, the bushes.
But we arrange it on the floor with other flowers.
With the flowers we can fix it to get it more centered. The quicker you do this, the quicker he starts 2 hours of work on this. So please, go ahead. The floor is yours. Basically, it is not complicated today. There's just a lot of man hours to create this beautiful arch.
Yes.
So, but you have a full team here, so I don't see it being a problem. So this lovely couple, Abdullah and Alison, got in touch with us 3 months before the wedding date. And I was like, okay, this year or next year? Because I couldn't believe it. It was for this year. And she's like, no, May this year. I'm like, okay, we need to get going. We need to plan. They were absolutely lovely. It was so nice meeting them on Zoom so often. Always prim and proper, knowing exactly what she wants. And it was so easy because when a bride knows what she wants, it's easier for you to work with them. Obviously, we had to tweak and change and fit within the budget. So we had to do the normal process of things, but in a shorter and a smaller time frame. So Alison wanted this beautiful theme of cloud feel, baby's breath, magical fairy tale, but not using the usual roses. In fact, we had no roses in this wedding. It was mainly baby's breath to get that fluffy fairy tale feel. And then we had a little touch of another flower just as a filler here and there. And greenery, a bit of greenery, but it was absolutely stunning. So, in theory, the wedding looks simple. But on the day, God sent us one of his elements, the wind. Yes, people think, the wind, Allura, you have wind. You know how difficult it is to set up structures and use such a delicate flower like baby's breath when it is windy. You will see. Let us go through everything. Mela, here we have 10 clouds, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be single. It could be one cloud,
Yes.
two
In fact, they're
next
not
to
the same
each other.
size to
But
create
even-
that movement and
But the
freestyle.
bride as well wanted the effect of maybe one is two together, so it's a
Alright.
little bit bigger.
Yes.
So
But
once
we can do it accordingly when everything
we
is
need to do this accordingly. Issa, I think we should do the carpet, so we can do the clouds, and then determine those 4 are being done. Look, Iggy is up there fixing those 4. And we see if we can put the lanterns. Let me send her a picture and tell her because of the wind it's not sticking. Mela, Becky, shall we tell Casapinta to start with the carpet? Because the carpet determines everything. And Adrian, we need this removed. Mela, Adrian, can we remove this please so we can start putting the carpet? Is it possible to get us the carpet first before the chairs?
I'm looking forward for this. I really want to see the floral. I really want to see the result of it. So I'm looking forward to that. It's also a bit of a different wedding because it's not the usual party dance wedding. I'm a big foodie, so I really want to see their food.
Till here, I'm gonna do it. Even if we cut a small piece, then. But I'm not gonna start it from the gate. It looks stupid, Fed. We have exactly 200 meters here. Shall I leave a bit extra and then we'll cut it?
عندك بالزيت ما نبريفير اللي
Yes,
يبدأ
till the door.
بدو.
نكسب برا
Till the door.
يسرب
أحيانا يكون hemm زيت hemm اللي
نعم يسرب
Okay,
alright
let's go. It is in the middle, so we don't have to move it then. Because I don't think it's scented. There's a little bit, but it will look very strange with the drone. I think that's scented, no? Again, yes, thank you, Ceci. Ma, we have drone footage. Drone footage. These details show. That's 23. And this is 23. Excellent. Done. Good to go.
The centralisation of carpets is serious business, and now that the carpet is confirmed to be spot on, it's time to bring out the chairs and, if necessary, the measuring tape.
The first row will be here, but angled.
Let me
Let me do one row, let me see the angle. If I don't like the angle, we change it before. Yeah, I think this angle is very nice. Sorry, head of a nose.
So this was quite a particular wedding where the bride wanted this particular style, which we called it the clouds. She wanted to use a lot of gypsophila, which it helped us to create these clouds. We created these clouds on the floor, go up to the aisle in this beautiful garden, and this huge arch as a backdrop for this ceremony. Mostly it was all gypsophila, especially for the ceremony, which is quite a challenge as well because of the quantity of flower, of this type of flower, the gypsophila we needed to use. In fact, it was again thousands and thousands and thousands of gypsophilas to create, especially the arch, which was a big and enormous arch, which we had to create this structure for this arch as well, and then work on this structure. At the moment we are covering the structure with like soft chicken wire. Instead of usually using oasis and these things, since we just have gypsophila, we're using this, and even the gypsophila can be styled much more better and freestyle like this. And even since it's just gypsophila, not to stay showing the structure and the oasis, we're gonna leave it as natural as possible, so you just see the gypsophila, you won't see like oasis and the spaces and things. That's why we're using chicken wire, not the usual technique of the oasis. So as soon as they cover it, we start putting the gypsophila in the chicken wire and we style it as a natural way as possible as the bride wanted.
Also known as baby's breath, the gypsophila is a type of carnation that provides an explosion of soft colours and a fresh scent. Meanwhile, the precise positioning of the chairs is underway and the arch is all set to start receiving the floral design as we head into a short break. Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, Palazzo Parisio, Scavolini Malta in Cedar Valley Road, Jean Zamit for Sarah and Becky's makeup in the studio, Kurt McAuliffe at Blow Hairdressing for Sarah and Becky's studio hair, Vortex for the studio clothing of Becky and Sarah.
Jiena ma leġis tal-iston. Jiena mem.
Over at today's venue, more meticulous measuring is underway to make sure that the drone footage will present a perfectly balanced setup.
This is done, or they're gonna top up later depending on the gypsophila left.
We have other gypsophila, we can. We did them as natural as possible, not
Yes,
like
okay.
the usual ones.
So basically, the bride does not want anything structured, okay? So the brief was make it look as natural as possible. Like clouds, like, you know, there's never two clouds the same. So we need to make sure today to have everything very freestyle, which is happening. The 4 urns are done.
Now we need to start
The arch. We really need to start this arch,
Yes.
and in the meantime, when the carpet is ready, me and you can do the clouds.
Perfect.
At the same time, my girls, amazing, are doing all the chairs. So you see, we're doing well, and we're on time at present. So the floral for the ceremony had to be that up the aisle. The bride wanted to feel like she's going through clouds. So they were created in different circular sizes. What do I mean? That they couldn't be symmetrical. Now, you know, Sarah loves her symmetry and everything matching. But in this instance, we needed them not to look the same size, because when you look up in the sky, no cloud is the same size as another. And that's exactly what we created. The beautiful, stunning, U-shaped, upside down arch. It's not an arch really, it's where they got married, because an arch is like that. This was U-shaped, was huge. 3 meters by 3 meters. Can you imagine the amount of floral needed? At a point, Bjorn told me, well, we just ordered a whole field of baby's breath. I'm like, I'm not surprised. So much. And it doesn't show as if it's a lot, but baby's breath is a very delicate flower. So you need loads of amounts to create that effect. Once the arch or the actual structure was done by Bjorn, I looked at him and I told him, Bjorn, we need to fill again. We need to make it bigger, because it was so important for the bride to have it bigger and big and huge. And then we achieved it.
We're gonna do them like this or different?
Different sizes.
No, we'll
different
put one
place.
here. This one.
I think she expected them to be a bit
So we can add to them.
nżidu ta'. Issa, here, put 2 next to each other.
Like one inside and one outside maybe.
Yeah. Not in line. No.
No. Put it more for
Here, like one here and
Put
one
one.
here.
We'll find a small one for us. Put
Even
this.
if it's big, it doesn't matter.
Put one there, Tiago.
No, leave that there. This one near it. But more close. We're making it one big cloud.
Move it a bit so it looks bigger. No, like this. And front. No, that's why leave it where it was. A bit behind.
I think, Bjorn, a little bit more to the left. Għax dak ma tistax taddi bi. Xi pass.
Mexxu.
Aha. We have more gypsophila to add.
Yes.
Before we send the pictures, we'll add. Maybe these. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and 1, 1. Kiko, we have a bit of symmetry. 1, 1, 1, 1. I think this should be more like that. Uh-huh.
When we have this type of weddings, especially with this type of flower, the gypsophila, I always think about a lot of extras, because sometimes when you're working, you think you need this much and then you need other one. Then obviously, like Sarah, please add here, please add there, please add there. So thank God I had loads of extras, and we got them as well to use them to create more drama in this arch.
But I don't want them too high. I think this is still a bit too high, you don't
But let
think?
me add a bit to it so there's no gap. like this.
Yeah. Yes. Better, so we give them more volume. Issa, can you start getting me the lanterns, please? You think this aisle is really small, but it's not, huh? 10 clouds literally eaten up. I think that's it, because we love this cloud. We don't want to ruin it.
I'm seeing it that one. I'm seeing that
Huh?
clouds. I'm
What do
getting
you mean?
inspired by the clouds.
They're too high.
Don't worry, so I leave them.
I
somewhere.
think even a few, like, rather than just on top, a few out. Huh? Can I have some? These, over here, the
Just
lanterns,
look at
please. You're very thick on
Look what beautiful lanterns.
it. Wow, they're amazing. How many do we have? 27? Oh, wow. Okay, let's start from the big one. Let's do clusters. So a big one here and a big one here. They're the same size? No, they're different. Okay, so first of all, I don't want them exact like that. I want one of this. Yes, bring them all, please.
This kind of work requires an enormous amount of resourcefulness, and this is something that Sarah Young excels in. Apart from providing an elegant touch, the heavy lanterns also provide some much-needed weight to the carpet on that windy day. More importantly, they provide an alternative solution for Sarah to present to the client as a counter to the day's adversity.
So the wind had a mind of its own, and we had a beautiful 2-meter white carpet, but we were going to hold it with the cloud floral decor in the second part, but in the first part we couldn't tape it to the ground because it damages the ground. On a normal day this would have been fine, but the wind kept grabbing this carpet and throwing it everywhere. And I was like, oh no. So again, Bjorn comes to the rescue and quickly brought me from his stores silver stunning lanterns. But I knew that the bride had this theme very much at heart and didn't want any alterations. And unlike in some weddings where I take decisions myself because I know it's okay, I thought it's best to call the bride, and I did. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I am fine. How are you? Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
You sound calm, which is good.
Yeah, I feel very calm.
Good,
Yeah.
that's what we want. Okay, so I'm sorry to bother you on the wedding day, but I have a little issue which I have a solution for, but obviously I need your okay. So here it is very, very windy, okay, which is fine. We can work with this wind, not a problem. But because of the heavy rain of yesterday, the carpet is not sticking to the ground with the usual taping. Because the limestone absorbs a lot of water, so it takes 2-3 days to dry up. So this morning the florist who has a luxury home shop, thank God, had these beautiful silver lanterns which I brought in complimentary to help me with the first part of the carpeting, to keep the weight down. I am sending you 2 photos. And I'm also sending you a little video to show you if we did not have the lanterns that the carpet would fly off. So,
Okay.
either you pick, you're okay with having lanterns just in the very beginning and then your clouds, okay, and then the big arch.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't worry, the arch is work in progress. It's not finished, okay?
Yeah.
Or we reduce the carpet to half. Where there are in the lanterns, we'll have to remove the carpet because it cannot stay on. Okay, sweetie, let me send you the pictures.
Let me see.
And
Okay,
then
perfect.
we can speak again or message again, whatever you prefer, okay? If you feel you would rather call me, I'm happy. I went into the bridal room to speak to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I'm sending you 2 photos and a little video if you want to put me on loudspeaker.
Okay. I'm going to be on speaker now.
Yeah.
I see. So these would be in the second part.
In the very first part. This is the first part you walk down. I haven't touched the part with the clouds. The clouds, because they're very heavy, are keeping the carpet for me. That's not a problem. If you have a look and the clouds are in the second part, they are holding the carpet down for me there. So that's not a problem. It's the first part I have a problem with. If you play the video, you will see that when there are in the lanterns, the wind goes underneath the carpet and lifts it. And I took one option of the lanterns not straight, and one with the options of the lanterns straight. I know you're not, this is why I'm running it by you, because I know you had a vision. So the other option would be I cut the carpet and make it start from the second part where the clouds start, and the clouds are keeping it. But like this, we cannot, this is something to do with the weather, sweetie, so it's not much we can do. At least we'll have a beautiful day today. She loved the setup, but as I thought, she did not want the lanterns. So when the ceremony was starting, my girls were standing on the carpet till the last minute, till the bride passes. So they didn't want to come into the video or the photos, but we literally had to do a human sort of pressure point on this carpet so that it doesn't fly. We had no other option. But we managed, and it is so important that we had our bride 100% happy. Although the lanterns looked lovely, it's not to everybody's liking. Now, it's not my day, it is the bride's. And it was important that that conversation happened, because she would not have been happy with them had I decided to just put them on. So I just got off the phone with the bride again. We're gonna amend the chairs a little bit to be more in line. She wants them more in line with the floral, and we need to change the cloud system a little bit. But we're gonna get into action and do it.
The client's wishes are paramount, and as Sarah and Bjorn set to making the required alterations along with their teams, work at the day's second venue is also underway.
Just send me pictures along the way. I trust you. Just get started and start sending me. Perfect, Beck, thank you. So basically, half our team have gone to the villa where the dinner's gonna be, because the setup there has started. We have 300 hurricane vases, different sizes, with LED candles, wax looking, so that they can start that setup. In the meantime, we're trying to rush this, finish this, so we can all move there. Remove the plastic of the carpet and go. Okay, I need to take this, because this is from the other venue. Hello.
Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, Palazzo Parisio, Scavolini Malta in Cedar Valley Road, Jean Zamit for Sarah and Becky's makeup in the studio, Kurt McAuliffe at Blow Hairdressing for Sarah and Becky's studio hair, Vortex for the studio clothing of Becky and Sarah. An explosion of baby's breath on a windy day? That can only mean one thing. Sarah Young's team is flipping a venue.
At the moment we are finalizing the arch with the last flower, with the delphiniums. It's nearly ready. It took a lot of gypsophila, how you can see, but the result is very nice. The gypsophila is a very simple flower, but yet very difficult to work, to calculate. So it's not just easy when you see just gypsophila, you say just have one flower, but since it's a very delicate flower and fine flower, you have to have a lot to cover as well, because it doesn't cover very easy. But as long as you have enough stock, you can get the result how you can see.
Bjorn, hawnhekk għandek kollu qed jidher. Okay, so this is ready. I need to rush to the other venue. The team is already there. I just wanted to see the last minute details But now we need to finish the setup on the other side, so I have to rush. But this is looking amazing. Bye! So we finished the setup of the ceremony and the stand-up. Everything perfect. We took quick photos, we're done. We moved to the other venue to start setting up for the dinner. And they were still finishing off the table. So I thought to myself, miracle of miracles, I have time to have a quick sandwich today. So I went out on the garden furniture, having my sandwich, Becky near me, and the phone call comes from the person who takes care of the garden place where the ceremony was. I said, how strange, he's calling. And Becky answers, and I see her face drop. She goes, wait, I'm gonna put you on loudspeaker. He goes, look at your photos. The big structure fell. Big gust of wind came and pulled it to the ground. And I'm like, no way. This is not happening. This is like in the films. This is not something that can happen to us today, because we had 1 hour to set up this dinner, change and go back and start the wedding. Literally, I do not know how I felt, how I moved. All I know is that my car was there, but it was further than the filmographer's car. He drove me to the place. I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Amandine and Sissy, move! The structure fell. Move! Hurry up! Amandine, you stay with Becky, you come with me. So, panic. We're quickly having a bite because we're working on the setup here. And we get a call from the other venue, the garden, that the structure fell with a very huge gust of wind. We're back there. So we're going back. This is a nightmare. The whole structure fell with a very strong gust of light wind, and I really don't know what I'm gonna find. I'm very panicked now because we need to be ready in 45 minutes and changed and all for the guests. So I think maybe we should have come with 2 cars. I don't know. Just let's see.
Call him to open the gate.
Yeah, Ceci, can you ask him to open the gate, please? Do we get there? And the structure is bang on the floor. Now, remember that we had the most delicate flower possible, the baby's breath, also known as gypsophilia. Oh my God, look how bad the wind. Even the chairs. Even the... Oh my God. And I am there, going, oh my God. We got the men in again to pull it up, put heavier weights, tie it again. But these things are natural phenomena or causes, because we had done all this health and safety before. But when a little whirlwind comes around, it can be very, very strong. And people in Malta don't realize that our winds are more of a problem sometimes than the rain. And this is exactly what had happened. It had gone around the structure, pulled it, and it fell. And then I left Ceci there because I couldn't remain there. I needed to set up the dinner. I told Ceci, flower by flower, with the people from Bjorn, fluff it back up, and they did an amazing job. We added floral again to it, more baby's breath, which hadn't been accounted for. Thank God Bjorn was amazing and gave us more floral. Oh my God.
But I thought it was going to be worse actually.
Me too, but it's squashed. We need to now open it up, and now the chicken wire is showing again because Iggy, take off the shoes, and you need to fluff it out again now because it's flat. Okay, so I need it to be fluffed up now again. See, like this has to come back out. But I think it's better if I let them do it. Just, I need you to be here to take me pictures. And this, take off your shoes, dust it off.
And there is the guy with the, I will tell him with the
Yeah. Adrian, can we use that thing you have to remove the
blower.
the blower? We have to just adapt. We have to arrange things as they are. This is the problem with the wind. It was held, they were cut. We saw even the chairs off. It was a huge gust of wind. What can you do? It's not as bad as I thought. I think it can be salvaged, but I need to rush to the other side because I need to get ready. So, Ceci, you stay here.
Yes.
Mia, tell her what we want and everything. I'll send a picture or two with my phone.
One might not think that crisis management could have a big part to do with this job, and yet here we all are, actively salvaging the day from a potential disaster.
The couple, if they see this episode, will find out about this tragic incident which we managed to save the day on, because I never told them on the day. It wasn't the right time to say, guess what? Your structure fell. We had a disaster. Then we fixed it. So, Alison and Abdallah, if you're watching this, it was a hell of a setup. Hell of a day, but we managed. And you had a beautiful structure which one would never have said fell flat on its face. But it did. But we managed.
Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, Palazzo Parisio, Scavolini Malta in Cedar Valley Road, Jean Zamit for Sarah and Becky's makeup in the studio, Kurt McAuliffe at Blow Hairdressing for Sarah and Becky's studio hair, Vortex for the studio clothing of Becky and Sarah. Over at venue number 2 and away from the windy chaos, the tables are being set for the evening's great dinner. There's still quite a lot to be done, but Sarah's got things under control.
So we're setting up 10 candelabras equally, 4 there, 4 there. Then he puts the flowers in between, and I'm chasing the venue to start setting up the crockery and the things so that we are done. Because once they do the crockery, we need to do place names and menus. And the first look is at 5 o'clock, 1 hour after they start on the other side. I soon have to go back to the other side. Say, Han, at 2:30, Sarah, at 2:30 they had to set up the crockery. So originally we thought we were going to have one long table for the dinner. But the bride and groom really liked the idea of a U-shaped. When I went on site with the florist and with the management of the venue, we realized that a long setup with the number of guests would not work. So the U-shaped table came in perfect. First of all, we had 2 big large arrangements coming from the 2 edges being a U-shaped. When guests came in, could see them bang in front, so the impact was amazing. Secondly, like this, we could fit everyone, and people were more communicative between them because it wasn't just one long table. The bride loved candles, so we had so many candles. When we changed it to a U shape, we had more meterage, but we didn't have time, or we didn't want to use more budget to add more floral. So what I did on the day is, we had floral in between candles. So what I did is set the top table part of the U shape first and then divided the others accordingly. Once the floral was in place, then Bjorn's team could put the candles in between and flare it up to look so beautiful as it did. Same with the candelabras. We positioned the top part and then did the rest. So like that it looked beautiful, but we used what we had and changed it from a long table to a U shape. And it worked out beautifully. Hi, Sess. Let me see.
And let me know because I can go back with Iggy now because I have no car here, right?
Oh yes, come with Iggy so you change anyway. There's nothing,
okay,
but
okay.
Iggy stayed till they tied it.
Yeah, they didn't tie it. They just put the stone.
Okay,
The guys are gonna stay here.
okay, all right.
Okay.
Tell them to tie it.
No,
Tell-
he's not here. The Casa Pinta going to tie,
All right.
not here yet.
Okay, Casa Pinta's not there, no?
Casa Pinta is not here.
Okay, ciao.
Ciao.
20 by 2, 40 arrangements, right?
Eżatt.
Ġifiri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 there. Let's say we do 3, 3, and 3 on the top. 9. 9 from 40 leaves us with 31. 31, maybe we do 4 here, ħalli we fill them. Huh?
Yeah, let me do it according to
Għarra li ma jidrux l-Oasis.
Let's not check on with delphinium,
All right?
don't check with-
Yeah. No, the bottom.
San check your blue.
Okay, put 4 here, please.
4 is a lot here, ma naħseb.
Imma we have 40. We have 2 per meter.
If we do 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 4, 8, 12, 24, 4, 8, 12, 24, or 12,
Still have more.
36.
I was gonna do 4, 3, and 3, 10 out.
Okay.
You're left with 30, so you do 15, 15, and 15.
All right.
Issa 15 and 15 is very difficult to divide, but you could do 1 on this side to remove the odd. And with 14, no, 5, 5, and 5. Bjorn, you have to do
And we do them straight or like clouds?
like clouds. I think.
Like your three did there, like together work.
Yeah.
Mix that one. All right. Mela, over here we do 5.
Okay, so we have
So we
20
don't end up with
arrangements,
the-
40 arrangements, 2 per meter. We are now adapting. So Bjorn, if we do 5, 5, and 5 on deck 15 or 15, 30, and 10 there. So 4 here, and 3 and 3. So, we're not 100% ready here, but we will show you a shot of it later when it is beautiful. But I need to rush back to the other garden because the guests are going to arrive in 10 minutes. So I hope you will enjoy all this program, which was really crazy, but we managed once again. This will look beautiful very soon. Bjorn, who is here, will finish off according to what we agreed and the brief and everything. He'll do always, as always, an amazing job. I need to rush. I need to greet the guests and then get the bride down the aisle. And here we are. Look at this gorgeous dinner setup for tonight. There are so many candles to light, so much food to be eaten, and the beautiful night with entertainment. A pianist, a cellist, a singer with a pianist later on at night. The cake is going to be cooked live in front of the guests, so there's a lot of entertainment coming their way tonight. You might not see all that, but I hope you love this flip and you enjoy the garden, the beautiful minimalistic setup we had today, and see you next week.